I guess the obvious question is, can you believe it's been 25 years since the Grand Slam single?
No, no. I got reminded of it a lot today. I will say that. But yeah, it is weird that it's been 25 years because in some ways it seems like it happened a few years ago, and in some ways it might have been 50 years the way it goes now. So it is weird though.
You obviously were well known in your playing days for the Grand Slams. You hit a lot of Grand Slams. Jim Duquette said yesterday he wants you to get credit for that in retrospect. Do you want the credit for the Grand Slam, or are you happy with the?
It's mileage. It gets more mileage not being one, really. Maybe if that would have been the only one I ever hit, probably. But I think just the way that it ended up was a better ending than if I would have ran around the bases.
We're going to go to right down here in the front, Laura.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my fault.
You guys both have managerial experience. What do you think of the job that Carlos Mendoza has done? And also, having played under Bobby Valentine, do you think there's a certain set of qualities or attributes that helps a manager manage here in New York in the postseason?
Carlos has been doing a tremendous job since the season started. I know it's 0-5. It was like, wow, it's kind of like hard. It's going to be a long year. But the team is turned around. I think Carlos has been doing great with the management, the group. One thing that I taught to him is the communications is perfect. I mean, it's great. He's the right guy to do it. Compared to Bobby, it's a totally different type of management. Bobby's more like more. He want to be the guy, but he's a great too. But I think the personality is totally different. Carlos is more quiet, is more into it, and Bobby like to talk. We all know that. You know that, right? Bobby's a client.
He does. He does. I didn't.
But
know that. Tell me that.
Both are great manager.
Yeah, I think New York is just different. But, again, like Fonzie said, when you start 0-5 here, it already jumps on you. And for him to be able to handle that and get these guys to where they're at now, and I think for most managers, every team's different. Like he has to know his players very well. And I think that's the thing that sticks out to me. Every team's different, and then every year's different. So just, next year will be a different set of challenges for him. But, what he's done this year with his team, he knows them well. I mean, he's been able to get them here. And I think that's the biggest thing is, looking from the outside, you can kind of see the guys play, and you think you know the personalities of everybody, but you really don't. And he does. And you can – I feel like I can see that. Of the way he's handled them.
And also, I mean, a lot of the athletes here have been talking about how much fun they've had this season. Of the playoff teams, of the Mets playoff teams that you guys were a part of, do you have the most fun team, or do you have the most fun season that you can recollect? Like 99 or 2000 or whatever.
I like it's the type of group that we have. I mean, this year is oh my God with Iglesia. I think the group is so exciting and they're pretty good. Back in those days, we just have a lot of veteran guys, but we really enjoy it. I mean, this I think this is what the team does to get to the playoff or play better is that you need, And I think in '99, 2000 we have that, and compare it with this team, I think. This what it's all about. Get together, go out the field, get together, go in the field in the clubhouse and be a family and play, enjoy it. And this is baseball's all about. I think they're doing a pretty good job this year.
We're going to go in the back on the right.
Hey guys, I'm just curious whether you were here last night and when you have been back to Citi Field, how would you say the environment compares to when you played at Shea?
I was not here last night. I was here about a month ago. Probably a month ago. And I think at that point it was still a little up in the air about if they were going to make the playoffs or not. So it wasn't as raucous as it was last night. But I think you've seen these fans since the playoffs started. It's about as close as I've seen it to a Shea kind of crowd than any other time I've ever been here.
Thank you.
Okay, next question. We're going to go back to Jerry over here on the right.
After Game 5 in '99, you guys had that incredible Game 6 in Atlanta where you came back from the big deficit, had a couple late leads, and Atlanta won it. Do you ever think about what could have been if you'd won Game 6, especially 5 years later? We see the Red Sox come back from 3-0 and they rolled in Game 7. Do you think about what could have been if you could have gotten to Game 7 and maybe could you have pulled off the first 0-3 comeback?
The memories and you.
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, you can sit there, shoulda, woulda. They were just better than us. That's the way. Like, I don't like it when there's teams that win and somebody on the other team says we were a better team. They just won. They won because they were better in that series, and that's just the way sports goes. It's not always a storybook ending. It could be a good ride and it could be fun, but at the end, there's only one team that actually wins it all. So everybody else goes home, and the team that wins that year is the best team.
We're going to go here in the middle.
Robin, Darryl Strawberry was here last night, described his 1986 team as crazy, among other words.
I've seen the show. Yeah, they were.
The
Right.
the 1999 team obviously had its fair share of pretty big personalities. How would you describe maybe the collection of men in that locker room that season?
It was I had just come over from White Sox. We were very young, and this was a very veteran professional group that was fun. I mean, they were very funny guys. Were very loose, but knew how to just play and have fun doing that. And I don't think we had the problems that they probably had in '86, but I think we kind of came up to the line without,
Any
What do you
problem?
think? Any
I
problems? We didn't have problems, but we just had guys that have fun and would just leave it out on the field.
Yeah, very much.
Not too many off the field, but on the field.
Yeah, I think there was a great group of guys, veteran guys, and like Robin said, we always try to help each other up. And like back to the question about manager, I think Bobby was a good guy to have around in that years,
Okay, I'm going to go here in the middle.
I'm going to try to do one for both. Edgardo, para ti en español, ¿qué recuerdas de Ventura en la postemporada y de la posibilidad de que se vuelvan a enfrentar la serie del Subway, ¿no? And for Robin, what do you remember from Edgardo those years in the postseason and the possibility of having a Subway series again?
What I remember about Robin,
Is that what he said? Is that what he
in
asked you?
Spanish.
Okay,
yeah.
I want to make sure what I
There
know
you
the
go.
question is.
There
first.
you go. No. We'll let.
Okay.
I don't let it happen. I remember when I was playing third base, they told me they got a chance to sign Robin Ventura for the Mets. If I can play second base, I say, wow, why not? I mean, if we can make a better team. And when Robbie come off, he changed the whole infield. So he changed the whole line of the whole team. And then, for that time, I think it's great to see him play day in, day out. And I always watch him through the TV, and because we don't have an interleague by then, or just we do by 90.
What?
When you came,
We never played you.
we never played. Yeah, that's right.
There was interleague.
But when I see Robin play every day, it was really surprised me the way he act every day. So
Fonzie, you asked about the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Well,
it could be-
I thought he was going to hit a homer every time he came up, and I mean you just expected really good things out of him. It wasn't like you put pressure on him, and you wouldn't have known if he was 0 for 5 or was it 6 for 6 one time, 6 for 6. He was just consistent, and you couldn't tell what he did in the game, which is even better. Very humble guy, very big team guy, but just super consistent and just hit balls hard and play great defense. the people. I mean, we had Mike. That you knew, our goal was kind of get a lot of people on base, and hopefully he's coming up, or hopefully he's coming up. That's what you really wanted.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go here on the right in the second row.
We've asked the current players and Mendy a lot about what it would mean to have the Subway Series. For you guys, what kind of resonates with you about what that moment was like for the city?
Well, it was crazy. I mean, it really was. The best parts of it, you don't have to travel. You get to sleep in your bed every night, and it is crazy. And I think both fan bases would like to see it. I think they really would. I think the rest of the country likes it too. I think it's a good storyline. But yeah, the city goes crazy. It is. It's hard to get tickets. There's a lot of problems that come into it for players that, everybody wants to go to it because you're in New York City for both ends of the games.
Okay, we're going to go here in the middle.
Robin, there have been a couple of kind of legacy swings and moments during this run for the Mets, whether it's Francisco at the end of the regular season, Pete and Francisco in the playoffs. I guess when you're watching those live or on highlights, just what's going through your mind as somebody who kind of had a legacy swing, 25 years ago, and
run around bases?
Is that something you can tell in the moment, like is going to stick with you kind of the rest of your life?
I think for them, like when they're doing it right now, I don't think they realize it. Like that wasn't what I was thinking. I mean, I'm glad we won, but it wasn't like you're going back to the locker room thinking, I just made a statement. I just hit a statement home run. You don't know that's going to stick with you for that long. But, for me, hopefully somebody does something else that, or the guy or Francisco hits another one or Pete hits another one. Vientos hits another. I mean, you just hope that they keep having something like that won't be the one. It'll be a better one. That would be my wish for them.
Yeah.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah,
that was good.
Great.
I thought it was fine.
I'm curious, look back at the beginning of this decade when Steve Cohen takes over as owner. What's been your impressions of the direction of the franchise this decade?
I will say this. I think he's a true Mets fan, and he know what the fans liked, and he tried to put everything, what is as a fan looked to the organization, and I think he's been doing a great job with this organization. He will say I think he said he will like to the team going to the playoff the first 3 years, something like that. I think he's doing it. So something that will happen next year has happened this year, and I think is the job that he's been doing so far, and in terms of bring people, the old timers, to let the fans come and see them, or whatever the favorite player was. I think it's great for the Mets organization, for the fans, for everybody.
Okay, we're going to take one more down there on the left in the first row.
Edgardo, ¿qué recuerdo tienes de postemporada cuando te encontrabas aquí y qué significa para ti estar de vuelta el día de hoy, especialmente porque el dirigente de este equipo es Carlos Mendoza, un venezolano al igual que tú?
You want me to get this one?
Yeah, you get it. What I feel about the postseason, what I have, I remember 1998. That was a playoff game. 99. That's something then you work for. Te lo digo en español o en inglés, ¿está bien? Okay, I'm gonna say it in English. Something that you work for, during the season to get to the playoff, and then that's something then you want it so bad, and then see this team right now with Mendoza doing it. I feel so proud. I feel so proud that Carlos is doing, especially in New York. This is a tough market to do it, and he's been handled that pretty well. So even though he was in the Yankee side, but he gets to know what is New York all about. So I think it's is doing a great job so far.